Morning begins in the kitchen. Coffee is part of the routine, as it has been for 60 years. You know exactly how you like it, maybe with cream, maybe sweetened, maybe both. The habit is more than just a drink. It's part of the rhythm that starts your day. But what if I told you that 3 common things millions of seniors add to their coffee every single day, are quietly working against the very kidneys that have faithfully served you for decades? What if those small, seemingly innocent additions are creating a burden your body is struggling to handle, especially now when your kidneys need your protection the most? I've spent years researching senior health, and what I've discovered about coffee and kidney health isn't what you'd expect. The truth isn't that coffee is bad. In fact, research shows pure coffee may actually protect your kidneys. The real problem lies in what we've been taught to add to it. Today, I'm going to share 3 specific things that, once you understand their impact, will transform not just how you drink your coffee, but how you feel every single day. This isn't about giving up your morning comfort. It's about making it work for you, not against you. Before we dive in, if you've been drinking coffee for more than 30 years, comment "Coffee Veteran" below. Let's see how many of us share this beautiful morning tradition. And if this information helps you today, please hit that like button. It helps me reach more seniors who need to hear this. There's something sacred about that first sip of coffee in the morning, isn't there? The warmth in your hands, that familiar aroma filling the kitchen. It's more than just a drink. It's your moment of peace before the day begins. You've probably had thousands of these quiet mornings, and I honor that ritual. But today, I need to share something with you that might change how you think about those precious morning moments. Not to take them away, never that, but to help you protect them for years to come. You know, there's something happening in kitchens across the country that deserves our attention. Every morning, people just like you, thoughtful, caring individuals who've lived full lives, are unknowingly asking their bodies to work just a little harder than they need to. Your kidneys have been your faithful companions for decades. Think about it. They've filtered every glass of water, every cup of tea, every celebration toast you've ever had. They've been working tirelessly since before you took your first steps. That's remarkable, isn't it? But here's what's important to understand, and I share this with deep respect. After 40, our kidneys naturally begin to slow down. By 65, they're typically working at about 60 to 70% of their youthful capacity. This isn't failure, it's simply the passage of time. And it happens to all of us. Now, what many people don't realize, and there's no shame in not knowing this, is that when we add certain things to our coffee, we're asking these hard-working organs to process substances that are particularly challenging for them to handle. The effects aren't immediate. You won't feel different tomorrow. But your body keeps a gentle accounting of everything we ask it to do. Here's a statistic that might surprise you. 38% of adults over 65 have some degree of chronic kidney disease, and many don't even realize it. If you're thinking, could that be me? That awareness, that caring about your health, that's exactly the strength I'm talking about. You're here, you're listening, and that tells me you value yourself enough to learn. Still with me? Good. That tells me you're invested in your well-being, and that matters more than you know. I want to tell you about Sarah. She's 72, a grandmother with eyes that light up when she talks about her garden. For 15 years, Sarah added the same 3 things to her morning coffee, ingredients she thought were harmless, even healthy. Gradually, she noticed her energy wasn't what it used to be. Her ankles would swell by evening. She found herself feeling more tired than she expected. Like so many of us do, she attributed these changes to just getting older. But Sarah discovered something important. Those seemingly innocent coffee additions had been creating a gentle cascade of challenges that her kidneys could no longer handle with ease. The beautiful thing about Sarah's story? Once she understood what was happening, she was able to make changes. She didn't have to give up her morning ritual. She just refined it. Recent research shows us something encouraging. Seniors who made simple adjustments to their coffee routine saw improvements in kidney function markers within just 4 weeks. 4 weeks. That's the power you have to support your body's natural healing. This isn't about restriction. It's about refinement. It's about honoring both the traditions you love and the body that's carried you through this beautiful life. You've earned the right to feel your best, regardless of what decade you're celebrating. If you've ever felt like your health concerns don't matter as much because of your age, I want you to hear this clearly. Your comfort, your vitality, your morning joy, they all matter. You matter. If you're realizing you might be making some of these mistakes with your coffee, take a gentle breath. There's no judgment here, only understanding and solutions ahead. You're not doing this health journey alone. Right now, people just like you are watching this video, learning alongside you. We're all figuring this out together, with compassion for ourselves and each other. Drop a ready in the comments if you're prepared to learn which coffee additions might be affecting your kidneys, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Your willingness to learn and grow is inspiring, no matter what stage of life you're in. In just a moment, I'm going to share the specific coffee additions that can be challenging for aging kidneys. But first, I want you to know, whatever you discover about your current routine, you have the wisdom and strength to make changes that honor both your health and your happiness. 1. Commercial creamers with chemical phosphates. Let's talk about that splash of creamer you reach for each morning. There's something comforting about watching it swirl into your dark coffee, creating that perfect shade of brown. For many of us, this has been part of the ritual for decades. But inside that innocent-looking container is a hidden ingredient that your kidneys are struggling to process. Commercial creamers contain chemical phosphates, substances like sodium phosphate and calcium phosphate that manufacturers add to improve texture and shelf life. Here's what makes this particularly dangerous for seniors. These synthetic phosphates are absorbed by your body at a rate of 90%, compared to just 40 to 60% for natural phosphorus. When you add creamer to your coffee, you're consuming 183 milligrams of phosphorus in a single cup, compared to 0 in black coffee. Your kidneys, which are already working at reduced capacity, suddenly have to process nearly 3 times the phosphorus load they're designed to handle. This creates what researchers call phosphorus overload. Studies from the National Kidney Foundation show that this excess phosphorus doesn't just burden your kidneys, it pulls calcium from your bones and can accelerate both kidney disease and osteoporosis simultaneously. This shows up in your daily life as fatigue, swelling in your ankles, and that general feeling of being worn down. Many seniors attribute these symptoms to aging, never connecting them to that innocent splash of creamer in their morning coffee. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to give up the comfort of creamy coffee. There are alternatives that will actually nourish your body while preserving the ritual you love. But first, let me tell you about the second thing that's been hiding in plain sight. 2. Added sugars and high fructose sweeteners. Do you remember when coffee was bitter and adding sugar was a small act of self-care? There's something deeply satisfying about stirring sweetness into your morning cup. But the sugars available today aren't the same simple sugars our grandparents used. Many contain high fructose corn syrup, and this difference matters more than you might imagine. When you consume high fructose sweeteners, your body processes them differently than regular sugar. Fructose bypasses your normal blood sugar controls and goes directly to your liver and kidneys for processing. For seniors whose metabolic systems are naturally slower, this creates what scientists call metabolic stress. Your kidneys have to work overtime to clear the uric acid that fructose produces, and this damages the tiny filtering units called nephrons. Here's what's particularly concerning for seniors. 26.8% of adults over 65 have diabetes, and adding fructose to coffee creates blood sugar spikes that make managing diabetes even harder. But even if you don't have diabetes, these sugar spikes create inflammation throughout your body. Studies show that seniors who consume sugar-sweetened coffee daily have a 23% higher risk of kidney disease progression. This damage doesn't announce itself. It happens quietly, over months and years. You might notice you're more tired after drinking your coffee instead of energized, or that you feel thirsty more often. These are early signs that your kidneys are working harder than they should be. The wonderful news is that your taste buds can adjust, and there are natural ways to sweeten your coffee that actually support your health. But there's one more additive we need to discuss, one that many people switch to thinking they were making a healthier choice. 3. Artificial sweeteners, particularly aspartame. Artificial sweeteners seem like the perfect solution, didn't they? All the sweetness with none of the calories or blood sugar impact. For years, we've been told they're safe, and many seniors switched to these little packets thinking they were protecting their health. The reality is more complex, and what we've learned about aspartame specifically should concern every senior. When your body processes aspartame, it breaks down into 3 components: methanol, aspartic acid, and phenylalanine. Your kidneys have to filter these breakdown products, and research shows that long-term exposure creates something called oxidative stress in kidney tissues. This is essentially like rust forming inside your kidneys, damaging the cells that do the filtering work. A major study published in PubMed found that seniors who consumed aspartame regularly showed dose-dependent kidney injury, meaning the more they consumed, the more damage occurred. While the FDA maintains that aspartame is safe in normal amounts weren't calculated for aging kidneys that are already working at reduced capacity. There's another factor we're just beginning to understand. Aspartame disrupts your gut microbiome, the beneficial bacteria in your digestive system. This might not seem related to kidney health, but recent research shows that a healthy gut actually supports kidney function. When artificial sweeteners disrupt this balance, it creates additional stress on your kidneys. When you combine all 3 of these additives in your daily coffee, the phosphorus-laden creamer, the high-fructose sweetener, and the artificial sweetener for extra sweetness, you're creating a perfect storm of kidney stress. Each one compounds the effects of the others, and your kidneys, already working at reduced capacity, simply can't keep up. Engagement check-in. Comment 1 if you use creamer, 2 if you add sugar, and 3 if you use artificial sweeteners. Let's see how many of us are making these mistakes. You know what I love most about talking with people like you? It's that moment when I can see the relief in someone's eyes, that beautiful realization that caring for your health doesn't mean sacrificing the things that bring you joy. If you've been sitting there wondering, does this mean I have to give up my morning coffee? I want to put your heart at ease right now. The answer is absolutely not. Here's the beautiful truth I want you to hold on to. You don't have to choose between comfort and health. You don't have to abandon the ritual that's been your faithful companion through decades of mornings. What you can do, and this is the exciting part, is elevate that ritual. Make it even more nurturing, even more protective of the remarkable body that has carried you through this incredible life. Now, this might surprise you, but I want you to hear this clearly. Pure black coffee is actually protective for your kidneys. Yes, you heard that right. Protective. Your coffee contains something called chlorogenic acids. Think of them as little warriors that fight inflammation throughout your body. These natural compounds may actually help slow the aging process in your kidneys. Isn't that wonderful? Studies have shown us something truly encouraging. Seniors who drink 2 to 3 cups of black coffee daily actually have lower rates of kidney disease than those who don't drink coffee at all. So your morning ritual isn't just about comfort. It's been quietly supporting your health all along. If you're thinking, but I can't drink black coffee, stay with me. I have some gentle solutions that are going to make this transition not just possible, but actually enjoyable. Let's talk about recreating that creamy, comforting taste you love, but in a way that honors your kidneys' needs. If you've always loved creamy coffee, here's a beautiful alternative: unsweetened almond milk. 1 cup contains only 20 milligrams of phosphorus, compared to 183 milligrams in regular creamer. That's a meaningful difference for your kidneys, and the taste? Many people tell me they actually prefer it once they make the switch. For sweetness, I want to introduce you to pure stevia. And I mean the real leaf extract, not those processed packets. This natural sweetener is so gentle that it's considered safe even for people on dialysis. Just a tiny amount brings that sweetness you crave. And here's something lovely. A small pinch of cinnamon doesn't just add natural sweetness, it actually helps stabilize your blood sugar. It's like getting a health benefit and a flavor enhancement all in one gentle sprinkle. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds nice, but I've been drinking my coffee the same way for 30 years. And you know what? That's completely understandable. Change can feel overwhelming, especially when it involves something as personal as your morning ritual. But here's what I want you to consider. You have the wisdom and patience to make this transition at your own pace. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with small, gentle steps. Tomorrow morning, try mixing half your regular creamer with half almond milk. Just half. See how that feels, how it tastes. Replace just one packet of your usual sweetener with a tiny amount of pure stevia. Add a light dash of cinnamon for warmth and complexity. Your taste buds are more adaptable than you might think. Within just a few weeks, they'll adjust to these new flavors. And here's the beautiful part. Your kidneys will start benefiting immediately, not weeks from now. Immediately. I want you to think about this transition as creating a new chapter in your morning story, not ending an old one. You're still you. You're still enjoying that sacred morning moment. You're just giving yourself the gift of choices that support your body's needs. Some people find it helpful to think of these changes as acts of self-care, like choosing a comfortable chair or wrapping yourself in a soft blanket. You're being gentle with yourself, honoring both your preferences and your health. If you try one of these alternatives and it doesn't feel right immediately, that's okay. Give yourself permission to experiment. Maybe almond milk isn't your preference, but oat milk might be. Maybe stevia takes some getting used to, but cinnamon becomes your new favorite addition. You know, I've heard from so many viewers who've made these changes, and the stories they share are truly inspiring. People tell me about discovering new flavors they never expected to love, about feeling proud of the small steps they've taken, about realizing that caring for their health can actually enhance their daily rituals rather than restrict them. If you're ready to try one of these alternatives this week, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment and tell me which change you're most excited to try. Or if you've already made some of these swaps, share how it's going. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Here's what I want you to remember as you sit with your next cup of coffee. Every small choice you make in service of your health is an act of self-respect. You're not just caring for your kidneys, you're honoring the person you are and the person you're still becoming. You have the wisdom to make changes that feel right for you. You have the patience to let your preferences evolve. And you have the strength to choose what serves you best, one gentle morning at a time. Your coffee ritual isn't ending, it's evolving, just like you are. And that's something truly beautiful. What we've talked about today isn't really about coffee. It's about something much deeper. It's about recognizing that at any age, you have the power to make choices that honor your body and support your health. You're not too old to change, and these changes don't require you to give up what brings you comfort. Your morning ritual matters. Your health matters. Your comfort and your traditions matter. What I've shared today is about protecting all of these things, not sacrificing them. You deserve to feel your best, to wake up with energy, to live without the burden of preventable health problems. This isn't about restriction, it's about refinement. It's about taking the wisdom you've gained over decades and applying it to small, powerful choices. Every morning when you prepare your coffee, you're making a choice to either burden or support your kidneys. Now you have the knowledge to choose support. Small acts of self-care, repeated daily, become powerful forces of healing. Your kidneys have been faithful to you for decades. Now you can be faithful to them. This is about adding years to your life and life to your years. I want you to think about one thing you learned today that surprised you. Maybe it was learning that coffee itself is actually protective, or discovering what's really in those innocent-looking creamers. Whatever it was, share it in the comments below. Your insight might be exactly what another senior needs to hear. If this video helped you understand something important about your health, please hit that like button and share it with other seniors in your life. We're all on this journey together, and supporting each other makes us all stronger. Comment kidney health if you're going to make at least one change to your coffee routine this week. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. I share evidence-based health information specifically for seniors every week. Your health journey doesn't have to be walked alone.